Welcome back. We are here for a new episode of the JK Bugay Show, episode 4 of season 2.
Yeah.
All about self-care.
Oh,
Let's all take a breath before we
Yes.
start this, which is definitely needed. But how are you doing, Kendrick?
I'm doing all right. It's been a great week. I'm lying. This is what happens.
Oh,
We avoid. We don't say the reality. It hasn't been a bad week, but yeah, I'm here. I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing good.
You had a good week, no?
I'm like, what
I'm trying to remember. I'm like, what did he tell me? Did he avoid or did he tell me?
Right. I was like, wait, did I have a good week? I think I did.
You had an avoidant week.
Well, I did. I was like more of like, fuck this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my week for sure. But speaking of self-care,
Yeah.
As far as like your week, I mean, it sounds like you've had a hard week.
I didn't have a hard week. It's just like it's the time of year where work is getting busy and life is happening. But yeah, it's been an interesting time. I think because work is having some transitions and like for me, like when I don't have a stability in all aspects of my life, I get like, let me make sure I'm good. But other than that, I'm fine. But self-care is an interesting topic for me because we talked in the previous season, we talked about mental health. But we didn't really talk about self-care, which is why I wanted to talk about it today.
Yeah.
Why we wanted to talk about it today. You were so excited about this. I gave you options and you were like, I want to do that
This one.
Which is really interesting because I don't consider you someone who prioritizes self-care. Not me calling you out on the episode.
Are we starting? We're going.
But we're starting. So what about, so for you, what do you do for self-care?
Next question.
First of all, what's the definition for you?
Self-care, I mean, it's really just like whenever you're having...
For you.
For me, whenever you're having like a really rough day, week, time in life or whatnot, it's what are you doing to help yourself kind of like relax and kind of come back to yourself in general. And like my mental health, as I've shared plenty of times, I deal with a lot of anxiety, depression at times. And so I think... And I'm also like that type A controlling personality type. And so I think like self-care for me is sometimes just being like, let me fucking relax.
Yeah.
Because I have for me sometimes relaxing equals failure and it's not.
Do you consider me type A?
Yes.
Yeah. So what's the difference?
It's a comparison to what?
You're type A and I'm type A. What's the difference?
I
wanted to bring this up. No. So are you, girl.
I know.
So one of us has the right dose, the other one doesn't.
I have anxiety.
One of them has the
That's
right dose. No, but the reason why I ask is because I was thinking about this earlier because I'm like, you and I both have type A personalities, but I think when it comes to recovery, I'm type B. And I think you remain in type A.
Yeah. I think, yes. Because like I feel like as it relates to me, like I recently realized like sitting on the couch, not doing stuff does not mean I'm like falling behind in life.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's
you're already behind.
That,
if you're new to the show, you're gonna know that the way that I comfort my best friend is by joking and bullying him.
Yes. So you agree? You bully me?
So yes, I do. It makes you feel better.
Don't bully me. I'll come.
Right.
Oh my God. Remember we saw that guy
that had that on his shirt?
There was a guy with his shirt on at the Pearl.
In San Antonio.
And he was like...
Which is like our family area in San Antonio. Yeah. It's like a district downtown.
Yeah. And he had a shirt on. He was riding a bike. Like he was just like riding a bike. And it said, "Don't bully me, I'll come."
And Jake was like, mood. My mom watches the show.
Hey, well, he was wearing it.
Yeah.
He was wearing it.
I'm like, so I got here somehow.
Yeah. But...
so I was thinking about the performance part.
Oh, yes.
Or like the performance and then the recovery.
Yeah.
Because I think I have gotten through lots of therapy and lots of teaching to myself.
Yeah.
I've gotten really good at recovery. But I think that's where you cannot you can recover, but you can't recover in that kind of way. You can't sit the hell down.
I can't.
Yeah.
I cannot. I have to be doing something. And my mind is always like, what next? What next?
Yeah.
What next? And sometimes even like with my husband, when he's like, come and sit down and watch a show with me. And I'm like, okay, hold on. But like, let me do this first.
Right.
And then that thing turns into another thing and then another thing because my mind is like, oh, you got to do the dishes. Oh, you got to do the litters. Oh, you got to make the bed,
Yeah.
whatever the case. I don't.
And there's always going to be something still, right? Like it doesn't matter what you do.
Always.
There's always going to be something that's your stuff to
Always.
do.
Sometimes I struggle to watch TV and pay attention.
Yeah.
And it like I will watch a whole series and then immediately forget what I was watching. Because I think I'm so focused on like what what I'm gonna do next or like what it is that I have to do. But I just have a hard time.
I do too, but I think that's a little bit more of my ADHD. It's my working memory.
See, I have ADHD.
I know.
But to your point, I think you're like the type A personality like bleeds into like my self-care aspect.
Yeah.
Like,
So what do you do for self-care? What do you consider self-care and what do you do for it?
Gym is probably like the first thing.
Oh.
Gymming or running, probably like my first go-to specifically. I think also, and it doesn't. I do want to be clear. Like self-care does not mean like it has to be hours at a time. I think it can just be like little things you do for yourself here
Why?
and there. Huh?
Why can it not be hours at a time?
No, I'm saying I don't think it does have to be. I'm saying like it could be like little things that you do for yourself, and that could be self-care. Because
But
I
why
think of like
but why can't it be hours? Oh, you're saying people
It can
categorize it
be.
as hours and hours.
Yeah,
but
like-
you're saying it can be little things.
right, like self-care. Like I'm
Got
gonna
it.
have a self-care day. Like it doesn't have to be a day.
No, you could never.
I'd be like, oh my god, I'm so behind. I'm literally behind. Much more behind than Kendrick thinks I am already.
Yeah, you're never behind on anything. You're
No,
slow, but you're not behind.
How long did it take you to edit episode 1?
I don't remember. I never had to. You know, sometimes when you're carrying things, when you're carrying too much, it's hard to move forward. But you know,
But
how long did it take me to send me the social media videos, bitch?
How?
You can cut that as an inside joke. No one knows what that is. But anyway,
Oh, I'll keep it in there. No, but I think like also self-care for me has really become my facial routine, my face routine as far as like cleaning my face and like even right now I'm like I feel like I have a blemish and I'm like, oh, what the hell?
it's not a blemish. It's like a reaction to something.
Yeah.
I think you got punched in the face and you just don't want to tell
I
me.
did not. I did not. There's
I think you did.
not starting rumors.
Yeah, everybody's gonna zoom in.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think I had a reaction to a towel at the gym.
Ew. How do you know? That's
Because I
gross.
remember
Not a staph infection.
I remember I will die.
No.
TBD. But no, like we were in Pilates and they have like towels there at the
Yeah.
gym. And they're clean, so okay. So I grabbed it and like during
You never know though, because sometimes it can be like hard. Sorry, finish your story.
No, but like during the class, like I was sweating. It was hot Pilates, and so I'm like sweating, and I'm trying to wipe it off. And throughout the class, I felt my face getting like more irritated and irritated. So I don't know if it was also like the material,
I think but it was the wrong
we
towel.
always use the towel. Like I always use those towels. So it was something along those
Gyms
lines.
are gross though.
Very,
Gyms are gross.
very. And I try to do my best to like wipe them down.
It doesn't
afterwards.
matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter because you're not the one. You're usually not the one that's like putting the bacteria there.
Right.
So gym is self-care for you.
The gym is one. Running is probably another. Facial routines, like my skin routine. I used to be good at going to get massages. Excuse me.
Oh, what happened?
We moved, and so like it was just far.
People ain't got hands over here?
They do. It was just so convenient at the other place. Like it was so convenient to like.
If you want to pick up a habit, make it easy.
Yeah,
Make it
right.
convenient.
Right, because like it takes a long time to get from my house to anywhere at this fucking point in time.
Yeah.
I've
Took me 30
gotten
minutes.
used to it, huh?
Took me 30 minutes today.
Yeah, on a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
If also a form of self care is not me driving.
Really?
Yeah, like I'll be like, I don't want to drive. Roger, drive.
Huh.
Like for me, that is because I do not like driving.
Even then, though, I think it's really interesting that you associated every aspect of self-care to motion, to a motor skill of some sort.
Exactly.
Because for me, I will never say that the gym is self-care for me. Ever.
Really?
Ever. I'm not one of those people that's like, I need to go decompress in the gym. I'm going to go to the gym so I can feel better. Absolutely not. I'm here. Now, it is self-care for my physical health. I know mentally that I'm helping myself physically.
Yeah.
But you will never see me ever say, like, I'm going to the gym because I want to feel better. No, this shit is not fun.
I mean, it's not, but I feel like that's a stress reliever in a way for me.
See, I don't do that. That's not my. I can't release stress that way.
Interesting,
Mm-mm.
because it like adds to your stress.
It doesn't add to my stress. I just know it's a means to an end. Like I know it's good for my physical health.
Okay,
So
okay,
that's
yeah,
why
yeah,
I'm doing it.
yeah.
And
I go to the gym so I can eat like whatever the fuck I want,
same, but it's also not. I'm not like I want
and
to
I,
take my anger out in the gym. That'll never be me.
and that's not me either. But I just like I go to
The
the
running it is.
yeah.
Yeah, girl, don't try me.
Well, it's not
Did
that
you
I'm
forget that
mad,
you're doing a podcast with your best friend?
but not that I'm mad.
No, no,
I
no.
just
But
like
you want to release the whatever
yes,
pressure or the
that emotion.
yeah, you want to
Yes.
release.
Oh,
See,
for sure.
see, and that's never the case for me for the gym
Oh,
ever.
that is definitely for me. Like I go to the gym so I can. I don't go. I do not go to the gym for a six pack. I go so I don't have body image issues. Come on, go. Tell them. Tell the people what you want to say.
No, but even if you wanted to go to the gym for the six pack, could you do it?
My diet.
I'm
Is
saying this
not
as I'm wearing
matching.
a really tight shirt and I'm sucking
He's
it
like,
in as much as possible. I'm like,
Yo, that was a gross noise I made. Right
let's.
you look good.
Thank you, girl. I've been trying.
Everybody.
I've
Tell
been trying.
Kendrick that his hair is,
Self care
like, sexy
though.
pushed back.
On that remark though, on that point though, self care for me is routine.
Interesting. Go
Yes.
continue.
Self care for me is having a routine, doing the same thing every single day. I think it's the ADHD part of my brain,
Yeah.
which is the whole brain, that has me like that. But it is. It's for me. It's getting up. I go to the gym in the morning now.
Right,
So
right.
it's 7 weeks now. So I'm like, it's getting up,
That's
having the
fucking amazing.
routine, being able to do it, and continuing it. And that's one thing that's self care for me. And another thing that's huge self care for me is being alone. That's self care because that's how I re-energize. That's how I'm able
Yeah.
to like, and then sitting with my thoughts by myself, talking to myself, having conversations with myself, thinking things through. That's self care. I don't think anything
Ooh,
that I do physically is self care.
that is so interesting to me.
Why?
Like we're complete opposite. Like
Yeah.
you're right. Like I identify it with motor skills or like with not motor skills,
That's what I said.
being like
Yeah.
motor
Yeah.
or being active.
Mobile.
And I mean I do think like that like reading a book for me is kind of like self-care, but I could never be alone purposefully to think through things. I would never associate that with self-care. Cuz for me, that's when the dark shit comes out.
But that's what you have to do.
See, I'm not there.
Because not the dark shit's just sitting there. And I talk about it a lot last season. I think this season too, I've been going through a lot of really good growth, but also really dark growth opportunities, like with
Uh-huh.
the show.
Uh-huh.
And it's because like as you're digging up the trash or digging up looking for your treasure, you find trash.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
for me, I'm finding that a lot where I'm like, I'm digging up, thinking about stories, thinking about self-care. Like for me, I'm like, where did this come from? Where did I start thinking that self-care was important for me? Like
Yeah.
where did this, and it was because I like when I was younger, I felt like I couldn't rely on anybody. Like not that my family wasn't there, not that my mom, my dad, and
Right,
everybody wasn't
right.
there, but no one knew all of me.
Uh-huh.
And so I needed to use myself to develop my own self-care. It's really dark.
That kind of like
It's dark.
that makes me sad.
And yes and no though, but I can sit in my own thoughts. Like no shade,
Yeah.
no shade, but no, but no shade. But I can sit in my own thoughts and listen to myself.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
scared to hear what my mind
you're
has
gonna
to say,
say.
even if my mind's like, "Dumb bitch," but
That's a huge
that's a huge
bitch.
bitch. But still, but I think that's it. It taught me that. It taught me to like sit in my thoughts, and because that's what self care is for me. And then self care also is being around the people that I love. What did I tell you earlier? I was
actually have
having
that written
having a
down.
day earlier.
Yeah.
Like there are
Yep.
things going on in my life with work.
Yep.
And it's nothing bad. There are a lot of things where I can be. I'm just I go back and forth between like hold people accountable and be grateful.
Yeah. Yeah.
But today I was having a day and you were like, "Do we want to skip filming?" And I'm like, "No." What do you mean?
I did. Well, because I was worried. Like I wanted to make sure you were good in the.
Oh, I'm gonna do the best I can with what I got. You know me.
But I that's so funny because I literally said this. I had the same thought. Like the safe space is or being around people that I'm comfortable with. That is a form of self care for me for sure. Like you've seen me when my anxiety's at a 10. Like I can have nothing in my hair, nothing like look like shit, and I'd be like,
You know what's really
That's
interesting
good.
though is that you used to have a lot more anxiety before you told me that you had as much anxiety as you have right now. Does that make sense?
Like I exhibited it more.
I
Like you could
think
tell.
I think you were almost hiding it more. I think about Mexico City. There was a time when we were in Mexico City, and I feel like you were anxious before that. Yes, you were.
After the car, yeah. Not that I was anxious. I was just like
You were anxious,
not feeling it.
right? Before you got in the car.
Yes, I was like, I want to go home.
Yes, and you were just having a day,
Hmm.
and you went into a cab, and the cab driver like was trying to rob y'all, right? What was he trying to do?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It felt like he was trying to rob us.
you couldn't get out of the cab, and finally one of our friends got. We were in separate cabs, and
Y'all had the fucking time of y'all's life in y'all's cab ride.
yes, because that guy was a
Meanwhile,
medium.
yeah,
The guy in my cab was a medium. He was
Yeah.
reading our friend.
Tyler.
Is that his name?
No, I'm saying like
Oh, Tyler Henry?
Yes.
Aw. Anyway, he was
No,
a medium.
but yeah, because I remember like that.
I forgot
That
about
was like the worst.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, not the worst overall, but like in that, like that's probably the worst you've ever seen me. Where like I could not hold it. I couldn't hold it in.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever seen you like that since. And you've been in
Oh,
much
yeah,
worse
yeah.
situations since.
Like what?
I'm just saying in general. Like there have
Yeah,
been things
I mean,
that
like-
have been like really
Like life,
like
in
life
general?
happening.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
No,
what I mean?
and that's true.
But I didn't realize that you had anxiety.
Until then.
You didn't tell me. You never told me you had anxiety before then. We got close
Oh, yeah, you're
that
right.
weekend because I
Yeah.
told you my trauma.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I had a panic attack in the club, remember?
Yes.
You're like, what's wrong?
Oh my god! Now the panic attack at the club.
That
The
was
panic
our-
attack in the cab.
Oh my god, that was our like
gosh.
weekend. That was almost 2 years, 3 years already.
2024,
23.
23.
23.
It was 23. Holy shit! I mean, the
That's when
weekend.
we went to Mexico City for Pride, remember?
Yeah, it was. Oh my! I want to go back so bad.
I know, we had a good time.
Bad.
But we were trauma dumping.
The whole weekend. The whole weekend. I also recently I've found some self-care in saying no.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm such a people pleaser, and I feel like that is a form of not having self-care. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm always bending over backwards for whatever it is, especially at work. I mean, that's primarily where it happens. But also, I mean, for my friends, it's not necessarily people pleaser, but it's just like I want to do.
You don't say
things.
no.
I have a hard time saying no.
And I love it.
Oh, why?
I just love it. Like I've talked about this in the show, but like I show
Yeah.
you like a random meme or like I showed you a video just now and I wanted you to see the first 5 seconds and you watched all 60 seconds of it. And I'm like,
Because I really wanted to see.
hand me my phone back. But it's so interesting though, because I'm the opposite.
You have your self-care, or is it bad for you to say no?
I
Is that what you're
say no
saying?
too often. I think I'm missing out on opportunities.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I genuinely think I'm missing out on opportunities.
I think that there could be a balance.
Especially
Like you
because
saying that,
like
I
even the
can see
show.
there's
Remember we talked
a
about this in the season when the season came out. I'm like,
Yeah.
people are inviting us places. We need to go. We need to like promote the show. And like if people invited you, you would say yes. But I actively
Yes.
wouldn't seek those things out.
Yeah.
And I like keep telling myself I need to say yes. I need to, but I don't. I realize though that I don't put myself out there because I don't want to be told no.
Yes. From what we know from last.
And so it's better for me to just say I don't want to do anything.
I read something. I think you told me this. Really recently, actually. It was like last week where, oh my God, what's it called? It's like a syndrome.
Yeah.
The rejection.
Yeah, rejection. It actually is really common in people with ADHD.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to send to you, but I was also
I
like,
told you, remember?
no, you did.
Like I like started crying when I told you. You're like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like,
You did. No,
this
you
was,
did.
like last
on the
season.
show.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, but I didn't know like it was an actual syndrome
Yeah, it's a part. It's like a.
with a lot of people
It's
that.
associated with ADHD.
Yeah. And I was like,
It's the rejection.
oh my God.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I think we're kind of talking in code a little bit. But
I feel like we always do that.
I don't like talk. I don't like being told no, and it's like that's weird, right? Because you're like, no one likes being told no. But
True.
it like ruins my day if I invite somebody somewhere and they told me like, Gabriel, my husband wants to go to brunch tomorrow, right? And
Oh, yeah,
I was
yeah.
having such a bad day that I was like, I'm going outside when you ask them. When he was going to call you to ask you,
Yeah.
like something chill, like, hey friends, are you available? Let's go have lunch.
Yeah.
I can't hear them.
Aw.
That's weird, right?
That's weird because that's also like that's like secondhand.
Yeah, but it associated to me. You were it was to hang out with me.
But like as a secondhand because we're going for him though, right?
Yeah, but you would have been hanging out with me.
Right.
Like we all would have been hanging out together.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't.
But
With
that's
my husband, I don't.
yeah, that's interesting
I don't
because
separate
like
that.
because it was that's what I'm saying. Like it's that like it's not just you though.
I know, but that's the
Is that
only.
hard?
But I don't say. I don't say. I don't ask. So that's my only association. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like I'm not.
Yes.
Where else am I gonna do it?
So if I said no, would it hurt?
Yes.
Oh.
Not that it would. No, no, no. Not that it would have hurt. I just can't hear it.
What if he told you like
It's
I
weird.
said no?
If you would have said no, I would be like, okay, that's fine. They had something to do.
I
But I
said,
can't listen to you say no. That's why I was like, I'm gonna go to the other room.
interesting. Oh, I thought it was just like, but is this a one-off situation? Or are you saying like it's the being told no versus like
Right.
actually someone not going?
No, it's being told no. Yeah. Or hearing someone
That
say no.
is-
Hearing someone say, I have the opportunity to go hang out with Kendrick and I'm gonna say no.
And that's what. That's
But that
what
has
hurts.
like, what if you would have had plans? That's totally
Yeah.
normal. But that's totally normal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
I
that
just can't
makes me
listen
so
to it.
sad.
That's why I don't ask. Because like I said, had he
Yeah.
come in and said, Jake and Roger are busy, I'd be like, okay, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if I would have listened to you tell him no,
It would have like hurt.
yeah,
Oh, well, I said yes.
I know. But it was something so simple as lunch. Let's go have lunch together.
That sounds exhausting.
I don't put myself in that situation.
You've never done that?
I don't
But
put
what about
myself
when
in
your
that
husband does it?
situation. I don't put myself in that situation. I go to the other room.
But
So it's not exhausting to me because I don't put myself in that situation. So that's what I'm telling. That's the point of the conversation is I think that I'm missing out on things.
but when you say no,
What do you mean?
like you say no, so you think you're missing out.
Yes. I don't. No. I don't even put myself in that position. Had I
No,
put
no, no.
myself, have I asked? I don't ask.
Right, right,
But
right.
if I did ask, then I could probably get more opportunities, whatever that means.
Right, right. But I'm saying like when you like for work,
Mm-hmm.
like if you say do you see yourself saying no? Because like I'm a yes man at work,
Yes.
and you say no.
Yes. I'm not missing out on shit.
Okay. Okay, that's where my confusion was because I thought you were
I'm
saying
talking about personal life.
I thought you no well even that, but I thought you were saying that you say no, and that's what makes you think that
Saying
you're
no and
missing
not,
out.
not,
And then not asking. So both of them.
more my personal life, not at work. Nah,
Right.
they
I
get
was
their money's worth.
100% billable.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I think I'm learning that now, like
Yeah.
to say no. And it's interesting because people will be like
Yeah, they're like
like a
Jake said
dog.
no?
Yeah, like a dog with their head tilted. Like,
Yeah.
did I just hear what you just said?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, yes, you did.
I've said
I
this
said
before
no.
in the show. People will freak out when they realize that you can no longer take advantage of them. Or they can no longer, people will freak out when they realize that they can no longer take advantage of you. They'll be like, what is wrong with him? He said no. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like even like in grade school, I was the one that like everyone wanted help, and I've even I can't believe I'm gonna admit this. I've even helped someone like cheat on a tax test.
A tax test? How?
I like gave them the numbers.
For those of you that aren't from Texas, or you're too
yeah.
young to know, the tax
Now it's
test
TOS
was
or whatever
our,
it is.
what? No,
Isn't it
it's
TOS?
Star, no.
Oh,
TOS
you're
was
right.
before.
You're right. You're right.
Damn, you're old.
Damn.
It's our standardized test in Texas,
Yeah.
in Texas public schools.
Every year.
But I'm confused, and now I want to know the story. How did you help someone with their tax test?
It was the math, and everyone knew I was good at math, and so like the girl was sitting next to me, and she was like, Can you help me?"
Yeah, but y'all had huge. Where would y'all take?
They're huge.
Okay, so
No, they're large.
I went to a really small school, so the entire grade was in one gym, and the teachers were stationed
Oh.
across the gym,
Oh no.
and our desks were across the gym, and they were watching us.
Oh no. This was high school, so we had like 2,400 students.
No, but what y'all were just like in a regular classroom?
Yeah. One teacher. It was like a regular. It was by alphabet. It was by alphabet.
Yeah.
It was alphabetically.
Yeah.
So like all of the CAs were in the same class as me, and like.
So if you know Maria Casas that is from San Antonio, Mariah Carrillo, who sat next to Jake.
But yeah, like I've like in high school, like I was even then I was like, yeah, okay, I'll help you.
Yeah,
But
that's so interesting.
yeah, I'm trying to get out of it. It's like I'm trying to build that boundary.
Yeah,
It's hard when I haven't had that boundary, but now I'm
yeah.
building
No,
it,
but I've been thinking about it a lot. Even when I was journaling before, trying to figure out like how I wanted to talk about this. Like I was asking myself, like, what is the best way to have this sort of peace with myself, because usually it's like just saying no. Like I can't be, if you don't put yourself out there, no one can disappoint you. I know. But I think like you're saying it's exhausting. It's not though. Like I'm
No,
not
no,
exhausted by it.
yeah, yeah. I thought the emotion you felt today, I thought that was constant. But now I know it's not.
But even then, I didn't feel it today
I know because you
because
took yourself out of it.
I took myself out of the
Yeah.
room.
I thought it was more of like the fact that I
No.
did say yes, that it wasn't exhausting.
No.
But I was like, oh no, you took
that would
yourself
be if
out.
I let myself go through it, but no.
Yeah.
I get up and leave.
I want you to ask me to go places more.
No, I asked you little things. Like I asked us to celebrate today. We're celebrating.
We are.
Celebrating the show.
You asked me for a McDonald's, if I want a McDonald's.
I asked you want a McDonald's, and you said just the 20 piece. And what did I say? I said, girl, just
the 20 piece.
He's like,
it was for both of us.
It's for both
Roger
of
and
us.
I.
That's a huge bitch.
And I was like, just the chicken.
I know. I was like, damn
And
well
then
you want some fries.
And then you get here with a basket of fries.
Well, because you like,
I mean, they're gone. Don't get me wrong.
right?
but
You act like y'all like. I'm like all of a sudden,
they're all gone. But anyways,
I do have a question though.
yes.
Before we go to the next segment,
Yes.
do you feel at peace when you're by yourself? Like when I talked about like for me, like I can genuinely feel like find my equilibrium when I'm by myself and like listening to my thoughts. You're saying you don't?
It's not that I don't. It's not that I. It's not that I don't feel at peace when I'm by myself. Like I have no problem being alone. But when I'm alone, I don't use that time to like meditate, to go through my thoughts, to try to like the equilibrium. Like I don't know what that feels like. I don't know how to do that. But I don't mind being by myself.
Yeah.
Like I can, but also like if I'm by myself, if I'm here, right? If like Roger left or whatever, he goes on a trip or whatnot. Like I will find stuff to do,
Mm-hmm.
and being active helps me.
Got it.
I think what I'm trying to say is ultimately, I don't mind being by myself, but when I'm by myself, I'm usually busy.
Got it.
Like I can't, if I'm by myself, the most things I can read a book, I can watch TV.
But those are really relaxed things.
Yeah, no, they
Like
are.
those are like really like
They are.
things that people can do. Like I can't do that to relax.
You can't read a book?
TV I can, but I know I can't read.
Ah,
I mean,
you
I
can't
know
read.
how. I know how, but I just know.
You heard
I
it
mean,
here first.
you know this. I listen to Audible.
Yes,
I can read.
Yeah.
I also like I also like
Can you?
magazine long form, like the New Yorker. Do you know? You don't know what this
Oh
is, right?
yes.
Like it's
Yes,
like
yes, yes, yes.
articles, but they're long form.
Yeah,
Like where
yeah,
you're watching
yeah.
like which reminds me, Texas
What?
Monthly. One of the most magnificent, and I say this, horrific, incredible pieces that I've ever read. Have I ever told you about this?
Which no, I don't
Is
think
the
so.
Texas Monthly piece about Kerrville.
No.
There is, remember the floods happened
Yep.
in Kerrville.
Yep.
There's a reporter from Texas Monthly that wrote a piece in there that was he lost his nephew and like but he was there with his husband. And so like it's like a gay angle, right? And he's talking about like when oh my god, I have to show it to you. When he like lifted when they were holding hands in the water and let go. And when he let go, he felt like his entire world was falling apart.
Oh, the nephew was with him.
No. The husband was. And they completely lost each other. And then it wasn't until later that they refound each other. And even when they found each other, they realized that the nephew was gone. I have to send this. This piece is incredible. His colleague was at the Emmys with my husband, and I pulled him aside and said, "You need to tell him that this piece was one of the single most incredible pieces of journalism I've ever read." And
I need to read it.
because of the angle and everything. So anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to mix this up, but I love long form like that. Long form like magazines.
Yeah. I that's funny.
I think you would love them. You just don't know where to find them. I think if I sent you some, you'd be like, "Oh, this is amazing."
Yeah. But there's also things that I won't read. Like
That you wouldn't read.
That I would, because there's a gay angle.
Yeah, but I didn't know there was a gay angle until I started reading it.
I probably wouldn't. I
Yeah.
will read it now.
Yeah.
Because you told me. But like if I started it, I tend to not read. Not tend. I read fiction.
Yes,
Like, all the time.
you are a fiction girl.
If you look at all the books that I read, it's obvious that I'm gay. But like it's all gay YA books, which are
Young adult.
young adult books, and they're all fiction. But like I think I have to read things like I can't see myself reading long form magazines, because I think also, especially with everything going on nowadays, I can't, if I'm constantly in that, space of like knowing what's happening, and this sounds bad, but if I'm constantly in that space of like knowing everything that's happening day in and day out, that stresses me out more than self-care.
It's so interesting that you say that because you and I are very different in that way.
Yes.
Because like even at home, so for those of you who know, I always have the news on at my house.
All the time.
Always. And
I will never have the
Jake
news
will
on.
walk in and he will put his back so that he's not watching the news. And I'm like, Jake, guess what's happening today? This is what we learned. This is what we're finding out. And you like, and you're good. And look, Jake is the sweetest with that kind of thing. You're like, okay.
Yeah, like I'll listen.
Yeah. But I know always what's going on in the news.
And I don't. I
Yeah.
I literally rely on you.
Yeah.
You and Roger.
But to me, there is some self-care in that because I do.
I was gonna ask, like, what kind of self-care do you find in that? Because I'm so curious.
being aware of things.
Okay.
Being informed. But there is, so I watch a lot of CNN, and CNN at 9 p.m. does a show where it was like, it's a show with Abby Phillip, and it talks a lot about like, Americans aren't talking and they're not getting along. So we brought them together at a table. So it's a round table with conservatives and progressives, right?
Okay.
I love the show, but I have to stop it at 9:15. It's a
'Cause it
show
gets-
from 9 to 10, but I have to stop at 9:15
Why?
because they're literally just like going at each
Arguing.
other. Mm-hmm.
See, I can't. Yeah, I
Like
can't.
you can't even watch Housewives.
I can barely watch Housewives because like I don't know how else to explain it, but like my emotions like intertwine with everything that's
so
happening.
I can't show you baddies. You don't know what that is, do you?
I do, but
Okay.
like no, I
You
would,
would die with baddies.
I would feel so bad.
I've heard.
Even what?
I said I've heard. People are gonna watch the show and be like, "Ew, he watches baddies." I
No,
used to have a Zeus subscription, not anymore.
I feel like I would feel bad for the person getting hit, even if I know they're wrong. Even if I know they're wrong, I would feel so bad.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, does she really have to do that?
that's
And I'm like,
why I canceled.
probably,
I canceled
but-
my membership because
Why?
that happened. Because it was a bully situation.
Oh, and the bully
And I was like,
beat up somebody else.
Yep.
See,
No.
like if the bully was getting beat up,
And they were also showing someone going through a mental health episode, and I was like, I'm not watching this again, and I haven't since then.
that's wild. That like the person that was going through it was didn't have the. I'm assuming didn't have the authority to be like, nope. Oh, yikes.
So that does
Wow. But yeah,
Ooh, I
this is
haven't-
gonna, this is
sorry.
gonna sound crazy. This is gonna sound crazy, wild. I find that sometimes something in me is telling me like self-care for me, sometimes like the ignorance is bliss. Like the less I know, the better I am.
That's very you.
And it's not that I don't care. It's literally for my own mental health.
I'm like that.
Like, I can't know.
Ooh, they watched the show, so I'm gonna feel really weird saying this, but ignorance is bliss. I'm like that with my family.
But like the less you know about them.
The less I know about what's affecting them in their everyday lives, the better.
Okay, got it.
Unless there's something
But
I can do
that's-
about it, unless there's something I can fix about it.
Yeah.
Damn, they're never gonna tell me. They call me everything. They call me for everything.
I'll cut it out.
I know. No, you don't have to cut it out. I want them to know that they're ruining my life.
But I think for what you just said, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like I feel like what you just said was more of like what you just said shows me that you're so caring for them
Oh yeah.
that like it's not the fact that like you don't care to know about who they voted for or like what they're
Oh no, I don't
like,
have that problem in my family.
right, but I thought that's where you're going,
Well,
to be honest. But
there's one family member that I think I have that problem with, but I keep calling him out.
I have one too.
I keep calling him out, and he doesn't say anything. Like I'm like, it's a year later. How are
Where
those
we
gas
at?
prices? How are
Bruh.
the eggs?
Bruh,
It's
can we
a
talk
year
about these
later.
gas prices though?
It is a year later,
I'm
and what is going on?
about to tell my boss like I need some self-care, so I'm not going in because I'm not paying for these gas prices. It's wild how gas prices are going up though.
You know what's interesting though about self-care though? I will decline a phone call. You will not.
I will not. I will.
Jake will pick up the phone. No matter where he's at, he will pick up the phone. And that is so interesting to me. Like if
Only on my personal life.
if your phone rang right now, as soon as we stopped recording and went to a
I'd
break,
call.
you would call him back.
I'd call. Yeah. Unless it was like something for work.
No. One thing I will say is that like I am really good at declining a phone call. When
Don't
I'm-
call him y'all.
No, it's not that. It's just I know when I'm ready and when I'm not ready to have a conversation.
Okay,
And-
so it's more of like of knowing that. Not
I'm always gonna
not
call him back.
necessarily like- Ooh, excuse me.
I'm always gonna call him back.
Yeah.
I just like I am okay declining a phone call.
Yeah, I don't know why. There's something about like,
You're worried about what you're missing out on.
yeah,
What
or
could they possibly need that you could help with?
yeah, I think I've been told so many times, like my mom will be like, "I called you and you never answer your phone," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, I was in a meeting."
Really? I wish
My mom,
my
my
dad
mom
tells
has
me
told me
that.
that.
My dad tells me that.
My mom has told me that multiple times,
But
and I'm like, "Mom, I'm busy. Like, leave a message, text me."
right.
I don't know what else to say. Just,
But it still bothers you.
it does.
My dad tells me that it don't bother me not even a little bit.
No, it bothers me.
He's like, you never answer your phone. I'm like, I'm a grown ass man.
It bothers
Doing grown ass
me.
things,
Like
sir.
the professionalism, the perfectionist in me is like, why the fuck am I connecting perfectionist to a phone call? I don't know, but in my head,
Because
it
of
is.
who it's coming from. That's the sword.
That's a people pleaser in me.
Damn, that's another episode.
The sword.
Yeah, the sword who it's coming from. Because it's your mother.
Ah,
It's sharper.
and here we are, a whole show.
It's why we started a show. See, but I don't have that with my family, thankfully.
As far as like feeling bad.
My mom and dad cannot make me feel bad. Like that.
Yeah,
They
I love
can't.
that for you. You crying?
Not that I don't
I'm
care
just
what they have to
kidding.
say. Not that I don't. But I also know that my parents. Ooh, I don't want this to sound bad. I know that they wouldn't put me in a situation where they equate, and your mom either. They equate my reaction to how I'm handling something to the way that I love them or the way that I feel about them.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying.
And I think you've done that, even though your parents don't put or your mom doesn't put that on you.
No, neither of them have.
Yeah.
And for some reason, here I am. Here I am trying to figure
So
shit
the
out.
next segment, we'll talk about being gay and how this is all relevant.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope you're truly enjoying the episode. This is just a reminder, please subscribe, like, and comment below if you are watching on YouTube, as well as Spotify and Apple. And you can follow us on all social media platforms. We're at JKButGay. Also, for any of our San Antonio listeners, if you can please nominate us for Best Podcast with the SA Current, you're able to vote once daily up until early May, and we would greatly appreciate it. And we're so excited for everything that we have in store for season 2. But for now, let's get back to the episode.
So we just spend a lot of time just chit chatting. Those are some of our best moments.
They are, and it's just us being us.
I know.
Like,
So, but on that point though, I love having a drink.
yeah.
I consider that part of my self-care.
I already see where you're going with this.
It's so interesting, right? Do you consider
Yes.
that part of your self-care?
In the moment, yes.
But even beforehand, I think having a little sippy sip with your friends is a part of self-care.
I think so too.
I think for me, I'm getting better at removing the two, right? Of like us being with each other and being, because sometimes it's like, hey, we're having a good time. Let's have us a drink or whatever.
Right.
But we've also gotten really good at like that not being the identity. You know what I mean?
Right. Like we can also go for a hike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen your fat ass take me to a hike, but um,
I cannot believe you just said that. I'm
I'm
gonna need a moment here.
Yes, but no. What I mean is that you and I all of us can exist with each other,
Yes.
like without
just exist.
like
yeah.
just exist.
Yeah. We could literally be on the couch and just like watch TV.
But the reason why I asked that is because I think a lot of gays consider self-care like not going out anymore and not being a part of the scene.
I love that you brought this up.
Why?
I just read something about silent socializing. Have you heard about that?
No.
So silent socializing is basically kind of that, like where it's like not you're able to socialize in a way that's not going out or that's not going, to whether it's a bar or like whether it's like even at a restaurant. It's really like you can go together and go get a massage together. You can come to the house and watch TV together.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to talk. You can just like be in each other's presence. And I think
Can we do that?
I think we can.
I think we can, but I'm always going to show you like a million TikToks.
But I think there's also some I wish I had nails right now so I can go like that.
Can you imagine?
But there's also some like joy, I want to say, like in
Comfort
doing,
almost.
comfort. That's a better word. Like there's some comfort in knowing that we can literally, we've done that plenty of times too.
I only show you the things that you and I some of my favorite moments with you, which you haven't done in a while.
We haven't.
What am I going to say?
Like just like gone
After a
out
night
to
out.
gone out to drink and then come home and then just like
Everybody's
literally
asleep, and I'm like, Jake, come sit down.
literally.
I'm gonna show you TikToks.
And we're there
And
for
he's
like
like,
hours.
but you're like the person that doesn't say no. So Jake's like falling asleep, like watching my TikToks until finally he's like, I gotta go to sleep.
Literally.
It's been so long since we've done
It
that.
has. I feel like the last one. Why
The
am I
one-
thinking about DC?
The one I remembered the most,
It wasn't that long ago,
Austin
right?
and DC.
Oh, Austin when we went to get Whataburger? No, that was Houston. No,
That was Austin.
that was Austin.
That was just me and
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When we were at the Domain.
Yes.
Yes.
Was DC the last time?
I want to say it was. Like, I don't even remember the last time. That's
Well,
what came
because-
to my mind. DC.
Like it's been a while. I don't. So one thing that I am usually the last person to go to sleep when we had a night out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm trying to think of one time where I haven't.
You or your husband.
Right.
I'm
he
usually
passes
the
out.
first.
He'll pass out though.
Yeah, recently, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think
No, not recently. Anyway.
no, but like recently he'll go home early.
Right.
Which I'm like,
I'm taking.
shit, I love
I'm.
that shit.
I also compare very differently how you and I associate with each other
Uh huh.
in San Antonio and outside San Antonio.
Wait, what do you mean?
You are much more. Ooh, yeah, you cut whatever you don't want me to say.
Okay, yeah.
You're much more free outside of San Antonio.
Yes, because I
no,
don't,
here's a
I
better way to
don't
say
know.
it.
I
No,
don't know anybody.
here's a better way to say it. You have much less responsibility outside of San Antonio.
Yeah, because I
Here,
think,
you're like, oh, like, I gotta get the dogs out. I gotta do this. I gotta do that.
Yeah.
We live 1,000 miles away. Like, there are things to do. But
That.
there is nothing better. That's why I love self care as like traveling, because
yeah,
we are different people when we're traveling, but because we're
Very.
not worrying about the stresses that happen at home.
it's that. It's the taking the dogs out. It's being so being frugal that I don't want to take a fucking Uber. So I'm like, I'm just not gonna drink, and then I'll just drive home.
Yeah.
And it's also like I'm this is where I work. Like there's people here.
Yeah.
There is that level. Like I don't care if people see that
I don't
I'm
think you care
drinking,
about that too much.
But it's
You
like,
do, but it's not
I
like, oh my
don't-
God.
Yeah, I don't want to get there's a level of like a barrier that I'm unable to drop when I'm here in San Antonio versus
Right.
when I'm out. I mean, when I'm not here, let's go. Like,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, we'll go anywhere.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun when
It's
we're
always
traveling.
fun. I
Now
know.
we don't have a trip
haven't-
planned.
And that's very unlike us now.
It is.
Like we usually have a trip planned.
Well, we've tried.
I know why.
We're just things are happening. No, I'm talking about like
Oh, I
like
thought you were gonna
Lollapalooza
blame
and,
me
like,
for the
no,
financial
no,
aspect.
no. I'm talking about like Chicago. Like
Oh,
we
yeah,
tried,
yeah,
but like we
yeah.
just couldn't get tickets.
Lollapalooza, you have 2 content creators here that would like to go.
Right, can you imagine? Here's your tickets. Everybody's at Coachella right now.
I know. All the
And have you ever
influencers.
wanted to go to Coachella?
No, I haven't. Outside of Beyonce, no.
I want to experience it, but
I
I
just
don't. I
can't
don't want to
do-
experience. I'm not sleeping outside.
Okay, then we can go
I'm
together.
not- no,
I will go
No.
in. I will drive.
but it doesn't work that way unless you're like a influencer.
And say
They're being brought in, and then they're being taken out, or they're staying in like
tents and shit.
And
And
the
I'm like,
tents
I'm not doing
that
that.
are sponsored, but they're like massive tents that are sponsored by like Spotify or like
If
sponsored by
there's
the big
not a
dogs.
shower
But
and
those
a toilet
do. I'm talking about the influencers.
and an AC.
They do that because they're with someone who has all
Okay.
that.
Oh, God. Oh, you're saying like Spotify has like the tents.
So I
or
would do
the
that
people.
with them, but the sleeping outside, we're choosing when to go to shower. No,
Absolutely
no,
not.
I'm not seeing Jake in the Ferris wheel.
For those of you that don't know,
Yeah,
go to
look up
what is
gays,
that?
gays on the Ferris wheel at Coachella.
Coachella. Gays are crazy.
Yeah,
Speaking of gays
yeah.
and self care,
Yes.
I feel like that there's a shift.
Chrissy
within
told us
the-
last week. Remember?
Yes, like
Chrissy
they
said
don't want to go out.
They and even
or
when
they
they
go,
do, yeah,
they're not drinking.
Right.
They want to go home afterwards.
right.
I mean, I'm getting there, but I'm at that. But it's more of where I live, my age,
Yeah,
and it's more of those two really, rather than like at 20 when I was 20 to 25 prime.
yeah.
Let's go out every weekend, multiple times a weekend. Now I'm like, you got me once a weekend, maybe twice a month.
Yeah, and that's different though. But I feel like gays are, like I said earlier, I feel like gays say their self care is like not going out anymore, and they're not associating with the toxicity
Oh.
that they're bringing out or the toxicity that they're out, because we don't associate going out with being toxic,
Not at all.
and I think a lot of gays do. I think a lot of gays associate that with being toxic.
About going out.
Yes, because they're
Going out
going
is
out
toxic.
seeing people that they like or have like toxic relationships with, or so they see it as like, gays love saying "es que casi no salgo," or "I don't really go out anymore."
And then you're
And
like,
I'm
I just
like,
saw you here
I
last
just saw you
weekend.
here. It's different than people who just it's not their personality, right? There are people who
Right.
just genuinely don't like going out.
Yeah.
But there are
And that's
also
fine.
ones that like use that as an opportunity to say, I've elevated from the community. I'm no longer a part of that. And
Girl, you're at the same level as
I've
us.
like, but you and I actually love that. I love being a part of the community like
I
that.
do too. I
Yeah.
love going out and I love like not communicating. Just like talking and chatting and not networking. That sounds business like, but just like being there
Yeah.
with our community and feeling safe, having like a place that I know where like everyone here is like minded and like we can have conversations with other people. There
Yeah.
are, I mean, you can tell that there's also some, you can tell like sometimes when like the toxicity items come into play of like, okay, they seem a little standoffish or whatever the case may be. But I think ultimately, like I do enjoy going out.
Yeah.
I do enjoy going out for a drink. It's interesting. I thought you were gonna go ask me about like my post drinking nights, like after like the next day, because
Oh.
I hate that. I like the mental health aspect
Your
after I
anxiety?
drink. My anxiety kicks in.
But
Like
you don't get it always. Like in PV, you didn't have it?
it's again. I think it's because when I'm outside of San Antonio, it's less like that stress level
I don't
and
know
that
though.
stressors are
The biggest
there.
ones I've ever seen have been outside of San Antonio.
When
Vegas.
that's because something happened.
Nothing happened.
Like what had happened is
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like.
yeah. What you missed out on, what the
Yeah.
situation, not
Yeah,
but
the
nothing
situation,
happened.
yes.
Nothing happened.
Like I think like in Vegas, like I just felt bad because I drank too much
Yeah.
and I passed
Did
out.
you feel bad in PV?
Um,
I love that
the
picture of you.
the most recent one?
Yeah.
No.
When you passed out?
And then we missed the
Yeah, you
boat.
did. No, you didn't. Did you?
And when we missed the boat the next
Yeah.
day? No.
That's it. There's only been one time where you've actually come to me and say, I don't feel well. And it was in Vegas.
Yes.
Remember?
Yeah.
I was like, come here. You just
Oh
like
no,
fell in my
I
arms.
was.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
You like fell in my arms and like, it's okay.
Oh no, I
I'm
that
like, you
was
didn't do shit. You fell asleep.
that was probably one of the worst. That was like probably one of the worst.
We've never
anxiety I
talked
had.
about this and we're not going to talk about it on the show, but I want to
Yeah.
unpack that because I
Okay.
think I know why it's the worst. After this is over.
Okay.
Tune in to the Pantheon. Do you, on the topic of self-care though, do you ever spend money for self-care?
Yes.
I do too.
Yeah.
Does it feel good?
In the moment.
Mine feels good always.
In the moment, like what is one of yours? Like what one of your costs?
I guess it depends, but sometimes it's like a new pair of shoes. You saw my Noble shoes, the new
Oh
ones.
yeah. Oh my god, the blue ones.
I was like, you know what?
Yes.
I want to treat yourself.
Yes.
And yeah, those moments I'm like, because I never do that. I'm never
Yeah.
like spending on myself. I mean, I'm always spending on myself. But I never call it self-care, so it doesn't count.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, I like for example, the massages.
Yeah.
I used to spend money on that and it felt good.
Yeah.
But then like after a while, like I just like
Yeah.
it's gone. But I mean, like how I mentioned, like my facial care, my skincare routine now,
Getting
like I love
facials?
doing that.
Sorry, continue. Sorry.
Your mom watches the show.
I'm sure it does.
like doing things like that. There are some times where like retail therapy is like a real thing for me.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, but then like it's never it doesn't last.
But are you regretful?
No.
Me either.
Okay.
It don't last, but it's also I'm never like I don't get like
Like oh I shouldn't
buyer's
have bought
remorse.
this. Oh no. I'm aware what I got
Right.
with pride
Right.
and we gon' go.
Right.
But yeah, I never remorse or anything.
You're like whatever that word means. You said I'm never remorsed, whatever that word means.
Remorse. I never feel any type of remorse.
There you go.
I know what it means.
I'm just, you did go to school in San Antonio.
Oh, as compared to Tumbleweed, Texas. All right, so we're gonna roll into "Don't Piss Me Off," which is our segment that we do after every episode. At the end of episode, as it relates to the topic at hand, and today's being self-care. So I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah,
on
I
your
think
"Don't
for
Piss Off."
me, when I was just looking this up, self-care and avoiding are not the same thing. you avoiding something is not self-care. If you're actively avoiding something and not allowing yourself to face something that you need to be facing, that's not self-care. And who am I talking to? Yes, I'm talking to myself. I'm looking at a mirror right now.
Girl, I thought you were talking to me.
No, I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself. But what about you? What's your don't piss me off?
Hold on. I want to dive into this a little bit because
Yeah.
I thought about that. Like, where is that line of self-care and avoiding or like being lazy or giving up or whatever the case is?
For me, it's a toxic feeling. If
Okay.
you're avoiding something because it feels toxic, to me, that's self-care.
Got it.
If it's not, if it's uncomfortable, that's not the same thing. If something is uncomfortable, that's not self-care. And you're avoiding it, that's not self-care.
Got
That's
it.
pushing your
Yeah.
boundaries and pushing yourself to do more. For me.
Yeah. Because I can see something like, let's say I have, I'm trying to think of an example. Oh, I'm gonna use like myself because like I'm constantly like I have to keep myself busy in order to like help myself. In order to help myself. But if I don't and I say like I am not gonna do this because I want to have some me time, I'm not necessarily avoiding it,
No.
but I'm also like kind of just like I just don't want to do it now.
But that's okay.
That's where I'm like, I think in my mind, like I have such a hard time doing self-care because of that.
If that's what self-care means for you.
Right. And so self-care is keeping busy.
Yeah.
It's interesting because like I feel like also as a
I'm like, throw the episode
as a-
away. Try next week.
no,
I
because
get what
like
you mean.
as a manager too, like the generational shifts.
I came in walking on that. We'll talk about that. Which reminds me, we were on the Rainbow Crossing podcast. I want to bring them on to have that
Yes.
conversation about generational divide too. So
Daniel and Julio,
yes.
we want to have y'all on.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Yes. But for me, my don't piss me off. Don't make your emergency my emergency. I'm such a yes person that it frustrates me sometimes that like when someone is like, I need this by tomorrow, I will like do anything and everything to like do it. But I'm also leaving out my own self-care.
But that's your responsibility.
I'm talking to myself.
Right?
We're both talking to ourselves today.
That's your responsibility. Like, it's your responsibility to say, this is not my emergency.
I know it's just so hard because I'm such a people pleaser.
I know. Well,
Moral of the story is we were both talking to ourselves.
yes,
today.
we're both taking, but a big part of our self-care that I didn't mention is this show.
Yes.
This show's a big part of self-care for me.
For me as well.
You just mentioned in the commercial break that
Yes.
it was for you too, but in very different ways. For me, it is the ability to express myself with my friends and with my friends through the lens and just being able to have an outlet. And
I
so
agree.
this show is definitely a self-care for me.
I definitely agree. Like all of that. And so first and foremost, thank you to everybody who tunes in, who listens. It's such a blessing for us to do this, for me to do this. And I really appreciate being able to do this with you. And it is such a, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it like on the show, but I know we've talked about
What,
it
how
as
much you
far
love
as,
me?
like,
You can do it again.
I love you so much, Kendrick. But doing this was the type of therapy I never knew I needed.
Yeah.
Like there's something so therapeutic about us just sitting here and chatting with one another. And
Right.
now we have guests and like that's even more exciting for me.
Yeah.
But also like just the editing of the show, I think.
Yeah, you
that-
edit the entire show yourself.
I edit the show, and so that is something that brings me, or that's self-care for me because like
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy doing it, and it just like it just brings me joy.
Yeah.
And I love doing the show. I love you.
I love you. So thank you, everybody. We'll
Yes.
see you all next week for another episode of the JK Bouquet Show.